Most people assume that feeding a family from your own land requires either acres of space or years of trial and error. But there's a method sitting right in front of them that produces more food per square foot than almost anything else, and it works in spaces so small you'd never believe they could sustain anyone beyond a single meal. The truth is that intensive succession planting, combined with vertical growing and companion stacking, turns even a modest backyard into a continuous food source that doesn't just supplement groceries, but actually replaces them for months at a time. This isn't about hobby gardening or growing a few tomatoes for summer salads. This is about building a system that keeps producing week after week, where you're harvesting something edible every single day. And the work required is far less than most people imagine once the system is in place. The reason this method stays overlooked is because it contradicts the traditional garden model most people grow up seeing. Traditional gardens are planted once in spring, tended all summer, harvested in fall, and then they're done. That approach works if you want a harvest festival moment. But it doesn't work if you want to actually feed people consistently. What changes everything is understanding that your garden isn't a single event, but a rotating production line. And once you see it that way, the entire strategy shifts. You stop thinking about planting everything at once and start thinking about planting something new every single week. You stop worrying about huge harvests all at once and start designing for smaller, constant harvests that never stop coming. Here's how it actually works. You divide your growing space into sections, not by crop type, but by timing. Each section is on a different schedule, and as soon as one crop finishes, another one goes in immediately. Lettuce takes 30 days, so you plant a new row of lettuce every 10 days, which means you're harvesting lettuce every 10 days, instead of getting one giant bowl and then nothing for months. Radishes take 25 days, beans take 50, carrots take 60. But if you stagger them correctly, you're never waiting and you're never overwhelmed. The key is that you're not trying to grow everything perfectly. You're trying to grow something reliably, all the time, in a rhythm that matches how your family actually eats. In my experience, most people fail not because they lack space or knowledge, but because they plant everything at once, get excited, harvest it all in the same 2 weeks, and then spend the rest of the season waiting for the next round while their family goes back to the grocery store. That's not a food system. That's a hobby with a short payoff. What you need is a system where you're walking outside every morning and coming back with something to eat, whether it's greens, roots, beans, squash, or herbs. And that only happens when you stop thinking in terms of garden beds and start thinking in terms of production cycles. Vertical growing is the second part of this that most people miss entirely. When you grow up instead of out, you multiply your production without adding any ground space. Pole beans produce 3 times more than bush beans in the same footprint. Cucumbers on a trellis give you clean, straight fruit and free up the ground below for lettuce or herbs. Tomatoes trained upward on stakes or cages don't sprawl across half your yard. They grow tall and tight, and you can fit 4 plants in the space where one sprawling plant used to sit. Vining squash and melons can climb fences, and underneath them, you can grow shade-tolerant greens that would normally bolt in full sun. You're not just saving space, you're creating microclimates and layering production in ways that turn a 10 by 10 area into something that feeds like a plot 3 times that size. Companion stacking takes it even further. This is where you stop planting one thing per spot and start planting 2 or 3 things in the same space because they support each other instead of competing. The classic example is corn, beans, and squash. But the principle applies everywhere. Basil next to tomatoes improves flavor and repels pests. Carrots and onions grow at different root depths, so they share soil without fighting. Lettuce grows fast and shallow, so you can plant it between slower crops like peppers or cabbage. Harvest the lettuce before the larger plants need the room, and never waste a single inch. You're not cramming plants together randomly. You're designing a system where every plant has a role, a timeline, and a companion that makes it grow better. And that kind of planning turns a simple garden into a legitimate food source. The cost savings are real, and they add up faster than most people expect. A family of 4 can easily spend $200 a month on produce alone, and that's being conservative. Over 6 months, that's $1,200. A well-designed intensive garden costs maybe $150 to set up if you're starting from scratch, including seeds, compost, and basic infrastructure like stakes and trellises. And after that, your costs drop to almost nothing because you're saving seeds, composing your scraps, and reusing everything season to season. The return isn't just financial. It's also about stability. When you know you can walk outside and pick dinner, you're not vulnerable to price spikes, supply chain issues, or shortages that empty grocery shelves in a matter of days. You're also not dependent on the quality decisions made by suppliers who prioritize shelf life over nutrition, which means the food you're eating is fresher, tastes better, and contains more vitamins than anything that's been sitting in cold storage for weeks before it even reaches the store. This system works in small spaces because it's designed for efficiency, not size. A 20 by 20 backyard plot, properly managed with succession planting and vertical growing, can produce hundreds of pounds of food over a growing season. That's not an exaggeration. That's what happens when you're harvesting something every single day instead of once every few months. You're picking a handful of beans on Monday, a head of lettuce on Tuesday, 3 cucumbers on Wednesday, a basket of tomatoes on Thursday, and by the time the weekend comes, you've assembled an entire week's worth of vegetables without ever making a trip to the store. The consistency is what transforms this from a side project into a genuine food system that your family begins to rely on. And once you experience that shift, you start seeing your backyard differently. It's no longer just a lawn or a space for decoration. It becomes a resource that produces value every single day. What makes this approach different from typical gardening advice is that it's built around output, not effort. You're not out there spending hours every day. Once the system is established, you're spending maybe 20 minutes a morning checking plants, harvesting what's ready, and planting the next succession. Watering is simplified with drip lines or soaker hoses that run on timers. Weeding is minimized because your plants are spaced tightly enough that weeds don't have room to establish. Pests are managed through companion planting and diversity, not through constant intervention. The whole system is designed to run with minimal input once it's set up correctly, and that's what makes it sustainable for real families with real schedules. You're not trying to become a full-time gardener. You're trying to create a system that works alongside your life, not in spite of it. People often worry that they don't know enough to start, but the truth is that this method is more forgiving than traditional gardening because you're not betting everything on one planting. If one succession fails, you've got another one coming in 10 days. If a crop underperforms, you adjust the next planting and keep moving. You're learning as you go, but you're also eating as you go, and that's the part that matters most. This isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. And consistency is something anyone can build, with a little planning and a willingness to plant something new every week instead of once a season. The beauty of this system is that it teaches you through repetition, and every cycle you complete makes the next one smoother, faster, and more productive. The long-term benefit is that you're not just growing food for this season. You're building a skill set and a system that gets better every year. The second year is easier than the first because you know what worked. The third year is easier than the second because your soil is better, your timing is sharper, and your confidence is higher. Over time, you're not just feeding your family for months. You're creating a permanent layer of security that doesn't depend on anything outside your control. And that kind of independence is worth far more than the money you save or the food you grow. You're also setting an example for your children or anyone else who watches you work, showing them that food doesn't have to come from a store, that self-reliance isn't complicated, and that a small space managed well can outperform expectations in ways that change how a family eats and thinks about their own capability. Beyond that, you're developing an intimate understanding of seasons, soil health, and plant behavior that most people never experience, and that knowledge becomes a permanent part of how you see the world. You start noticing weather patterns differently, understanding which weeks are ideal for planting specific crops, and recognizing pest pressure before it becomes a real problem, all of which makes you more effective and more connected to the process of feeding yourself and the people you care about. What's often missed is that this connection changes how you value food entirely. Because when you've watched something grow from seed to harvest, you waste less, appreciate more, and cook with intention rather than convenience. And those shifts ripple through your entire household in ways that go far beyond the garden itself.